So question is the root of racism the love of money? If you look at that video, you will find that Filipinos, were not the shade of color that they are currently. Come on, y'all, hey, they wasn't that color. They was much darker, and I have shown in some videos prior about this tribe called the Ati tribe, and she goes into detail with that. So go and show her some love on that video, what have you. But the bottom line is that I've shown you some videos of some Ati people, they darker shade than me. Some the same shade as me. Now that has a little bit, straighter than mine, but hey, other than that, you'd be like, oh, look at that black man right there. Kind of short, but he, look at that black. You hear what I'm saying? So the bottom line, y'all, is that before, and she talks about this in the video, before a lot of other nations got to their country, specifically the Spaniards, who were Caucasians, who were white, they didn't have no problem with their shade. They didn't have no problem with their color. But the Spaniards came over, they didn't only just come. Now if they just visiting, ain't no problem. They just visiting. They visiting, they trading, and getting the heck on. No, they came to conquer. And guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people get all triggered about somebody conquering somebody. Folks, human beings have been conquering folks since the beginning of time. So please stop it. That's normal human processes. Same thing with slavery. Normal human process. Oh, it's a different kind of slavery in America. Normal human processes. It's been here, all of it. Ain't nothing, the Bible says there ain't nothing new up under the sun. It's been here. So stop getting triggered by all this foolishness. But the bottom line is when the Spaniards came to Philippines, they came to conquer. And they conquered. And because they conquered, they had two things. They had the gold, they had the power. If you got the gold and you have the power, people that don't have the gold and don't have the power want to figure out how to get the gold and how to get the power. And in most cases, they decide if you can't beat them, join them. It's like that commercial, be like Mike. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat Mike. So we need to be like Mike. Because we can't beat Mike. Michael Jordan, we can't beat. LeBron James can't beat Mike. That's why he's always trying to be like Mike, but he can't be like Mike. He can't be like Mike. Now Kobe can, but LeBron can't be like, because he trying to do his own thing. No, listen, he want that power. They wanted some power. Some of the Filipinos that had been defeated, that were now subservient to the Spaniards that were there, or even the Portuguese that were there, guess what? They wanted some power and money too. Power and money and power. Mammon. They wanted that money. They wanted that power. And I understand, folks, a lot of folks want money and power, but here's the problem. When you start loving it and you start liking money and power more than you love God, that's the problem. And that's more than likely why you have so much racism, and especially amongst Christians. Racism should not be amongst Christians, period, point blank. But the reason it is because of the love of money. And there's one of two reasons why the love of money is at the root of the racism that they have for either a black person or a white person or an Asian person. The root of it is the love of money. And it comes in two categories. Either is because they are envious and jealous of the person that has the money and the power and they want it for themselves. Or two, they have the money and the power and they want to keep it with themselves and they don't want to share it with nobody. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to share it with nobody. So guess what we're going to know? We're going to come up with this thing to keep people from getting my money. I can understand folk don't want folk to get their money. But the Bible says that we will abound in every good work. He wants to richly, abundantly bless us so we can abound in every good work. So we need to be givers so that we can show the glory of God, not be trying to hoard it and then get attitude and be racist against somebody because, they want some money. But at the same time, you can't be this person that's envious and jealous, because the Bible says don't be envious and jealous. Because when you start getting envious and jealous, then you start trying to do some stuff and take out vengeance and unalive people and do stupid stuff because you want the money and the power. And at the root of all of it is the love of money. It's the love of money. Ain't nothing else. Y'all thinking something else? Y'all thinking, no, it's the love of the money. And we've got to make a decision. We can't let the love of money take away from our Christian representation. We can't let the love of money take away what we're supposed to be communicating on the behalf of Christ. And that's exactly what we're doing when we love money more than God. Now, bottom line, like I said, the video goes on to say that some of the Filipinos, because they wanted a come up, because they wanted this money and power too, they're going to do different things that they feel will give them access to the money and the power. And one of those things that they did is, number one, they started doing skin lighteners, and then some start doing other things too. And I'm not going to go into that because she didn't go into that in the video, but they start doing all kinds of things because they want to get to the money. Folks, you can't do that. Listen, you got to be who God made you. The best representation now of what God made you. I'm not talking about you sitting up there saying, I'm going to be what God made me, and you ain't trying to fix yourself up. You ain't trying to look good. You done got up to 1,000 pounds. Talking about you just going to have to accept me for how I am. Come on, bro. Come on. We need to always be looking good. We need to keep ourselves well groomed and have it together. We need to be our best, but we don't have to be like this person over here in order for us to have some prosperity. We need to have more of a love for God than the money, because if you love God and you pursue it his way, then money will come. That's just an offshoot of being with God, is that you will be richly supplied so that you can abound in every good work. But you're putting your trust in the world. You're putting your trust in the money instead of, like I said at the beginning of the video, trust in God.